home's in your hands, you build it. You build it's the place to go to build your home with people who know. Outstanding service, remodeling too. Your home's in your hands, you build it. Plumbers to roofers and cabinets too. We find the best people and value for you. Hammer all day or hire a crew. It's up to you. Your home's in your hands, you build it.
Hi guys, Bob Broderick with UBuildIt, and thank you so much. We love that you're enjoying our show. We love doing it for you. Hopefully it's a little bit entertaining, but also informative. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate the comments you send us, letting us know how we can try to improve it and how much you're enjoying it. And golly, we sure like making it for you. We have an exciting show today. I know you're gonna love it. 2 different interviews. It's a little bit of a change what we've been doing. We have the Joneses, which is just gonna be them. We tried to condense it, so it's going to be pretty tight. If you need the full, just let us know and we can send it to you. And of course, it's available. But hopefully we were able to get as much information in there so you can hear from a UBuildIt client what the experience is like after all the exhaustion and everything is in. I always enjoy those, and I know you too. The next is going to be an interview with one of my franchisees in Wichita, Kansas. Jessica luckily had a little news story being done on her and asked if I could come up and partake and help a little bit. So we're letting you see just a little bit what a UBuildIt franchise is, how it operates, what we do for people, what we do for clients, what we do for each other, and how all of that blends together. And I know if you stay with it, I hope you watch that because I know you're going to enjoy it. It's actually very informative, pretty helpful, a lot of information crammed to that 14-minute segment. So please enjoy, and as always, please let us know what we can do to help entertain more, to give you more information. And if you have follow-up questions, if in addition to just enjoying the show, if you actually have a question about building or remodeling a home, please contact us anytime. Call 1-800-UBuildIt or just visit UBuildIt.com. Let us know. No pressure, no stress. I think you've noticed that about us. We are just here to try to help and to try to serve. Keep in mind we are consultants. Our job is to guide and advise. Thank you so much, and we'll talk to you soon, I hope. Hi, Bob Broderick. UBuildIt and URemodelIt have helped over 1,000 Oklahomans build or remodel their own custom home. For more information, for project photos, for interviews with clients, please visit UBuildIt.com.
It's one of those things where since it's your baby, you want to make sure that you get everything you want, and so the fact that you could customize it.
And that you could have instant equity in your house. Yeah. We were pretty spot on. Once they did the budgets, you know, we had kind of known what we wanted to do up front. So once we did the budgets, we were spot on and about where we wanted to be. So
yeah, no surprises.
80,000.
Yeah, right at 80,000 actually of savings, or in instant equity, I should say. All of them were very helpful. I mean, we worked with UBuildIt. They were more than helpful. They were awesome, good dealing with, and just kind of made the process really smooth, kind of just letting us know exactly where we needed to go and what we needed to do. There's no way we get the detail that we got in this house from a regular builder without paying them a lot of money.
We had a floor plan that we had picked out from one of the local places that, you know, design floor plans, and we looked at it and we liked it a lot, and we took it to the
UBuildIt designers,
and they took the plan and kind of made it our own. We were able to put an extra garage slot on without losing any space, and we did a little more work, a little more space upstairs that wasn't on the floor plan that we had picked.
Reconfiguring the windows to add a little bit more light. They're a little bit wider and taller than some of the normal standard size. Yeah. So it ended up being all around good for us. I think we were able to kind of put our stamp on the house as we went along through the process.
So it was fun.
It was fun. It was very eye-opening. We learned a lot from, since you have to get the contractors, you end up having to talk to them. Okay, what work are you doing? What am I paying for? What are my expectations from you? And so talking to them and learning kind of their trade was kind of like a little crash course in some of the things too, because we knew some things, but we didn't know some of the details of everything. I think she enjoyed it more than I did.
The lighting was a big task to take on, but we wanted to go all LED for our house, so we were able to get some savings by shopping it online. Some of the bigger box retailers, they have like an all-in-one LED fixture for some different things, so we were able to get that for cheaper than we would have through a lighting store. So
we almost did everything exclusively on our cell phone, which is kind of crazy to think about, but we made all the calls on our cell phone. We shared a Google Drive, which had like spreadsheets and stuff like that, and we would look at the spreadsheets on our phone. Obviously with the Google Drive we could pull it up on our computer too, which was nice. But whenever we did the draws, I would scan them in on the printer and scan them up to the Google Drive, and then she would usually, maybe the night before, maybe laying in bed or laying on the couch, do the draw request and stuff like that, and she'd send the emails on her phone most of the time. So yeah, we almost did everything on our phone. Things started moving. I mean, the framers did a bang up job trying to get everything done. And one thing that we were able to do is we were able to stay ahead of the curve. And what I mean by that is that UBuildIt gives you a book, and that book has everything that you need in it. We broke up that book into 4 different sections into smaller books. And we'd take that book, and either she would take it to work or I would take it to work. I think we ended up splitting it at one point. And we would just have a list of things that we had to do every day. But staying ahead of the curve, I mean, if framing is happening right now, you need to be looking ahead to see what's next. I mean, you need to be getting your drywall, or actually you need to be getting your finals or your rough-ins done, and then after that you need to be looking ahead to, who are you going to do for drywall, who are you going to do for paint and all that stuff. And so while we're on one step, we're 4 or 5 steps ahead, or trying to be 4 or 5 steps ahead. We'd do it again, but I don't know.
This was pretty much our dream house. Yeah.
So hopefully we don't have to do it again. Yeah. But we would do it again. It was a good process. The process was good. The idea of moving is not something that I like. Yeah.
I mean, I think our kids will be growing up in this house.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I agree.
Long-term house.
We'll probably be here for at least 15, 20 years, if not longer. What's very interesting is that as we went along through this process, we had ideas of what the house would look like, but we didn't have like complete thought up detail ideas. And so as things would be completed, we'd be like, oh, I knew they were going to do that, and I knew we approved that, but that just looks better than I expected. And it was just awesome to come out here every day and see what they had done. Because I think initially our idea was just to have a regular shower, not a frameless one. And so the idea of a frameless one just never popped into our head.
Homes, getting ideas. We created kind of like a lookbook, if you will, of different things that we saw that we liked.
That drawer microwave back there is a perfect example of that.
Yeah, I mean, we saw that in a bunch of different Parade of Homes houses, and I was like, I really would like that for our house. And so that was one of the things that we wanted to do. We saw how expensive it was and was like, oh, I don't know if we should do that. It's more than double a regular microwave, but we ended up putting in all the touches that we wanted to.
We were able to find sweat equity to make up for some of the things that we really wanted. It's not all roses, but in the end it turns out good.
You have to be patient.
Your biggest problem.
Take time. Even if you think they should go quicker, you have to learn to be patient along the way.
And you need to be flexible. That was the one thing that was kind of nice for us, is that we were able to be flexible. We tried to, like, if someone said, oh, I can meet you at this time, we almost jumped on it every time. whether it was at 8 a.m. or 5 p.m., I tried to jump on it, which meant I had to take off work for a little while and then go back or something like that.
So you have a flexible work schedule?
Yeah, I made it flexible for this as much as possible. Now there's sometimes you just can't avoid it.
Yeah.
But if you're flexible, then it's a lot easier to get a hold of, do the things that you need to get done. We always, at the beginning of every day, which would be, we got to work at about 7, but we would make our phone calls about 8 or 9. And we'd each have a list, and we would just divide it up. You go make 2 or 3 phone calls, I go make 2 or 3 phone calls, whether it's a follow-up or a new phone. And the cool thing is that all the UBuildIt people that were approved contractors that we're talking to, they're like, oh, okay, yeah. They kind of just were like, oh yeah, I remember doing a bid on that, or okay, I saw your name in the queue. That's awesome. Let's sit down and let's chat about it. They were all really nice and very easy to talk to.
Thinking of building a new home but waiting for the right time to start? Now's the time. Incredibly low interest rates, extremely competitive pricing on skilled labor and materials, and with the UBuildIt system, we'll help you save tens of thousands. Your next step? Visit UBuildIt.com.
As a family-owned and operated business, Complete Interiors is the one place to shop to give that extra touch of beauty and elegance to your home. Our cabinets have a baked-on finish that is extremely durable and easy to clean, as well as soft-closed doors and drawers. Complete Interiors offers a wide variety of backsplash options to complete your design, as well as flooring. From our wood look tile to carpet or hardwood, Complete Interiors can help you beautify your home.
Hi, I'm Jessica with UBuildIt. My husband Dave and myself are the owner-operators of the Wichita franchise location, and we are proud to be here today with Bob Broderick, the president and CEO of the UBuildIt corporate office.
Well, thank you, Jessica, very much. I can't tell you how excited I am to get to be out with the franchisee. Now, as everybody knows, UBuildIt was founded in 1988, and I actually began as a franchisee myself. I bought my franchise in Oklahoma City in 2006. Long story we don't have time for today. Was blessed to be able to buy out corporate in 2011, and we have been franchising ever since. Now, y'all were one of the first franchises that we opened up after I took over and have been one of the most successful. But one of the beauties of UBuildIt, I mean, you have the system. There is the element of what we paid for and what we structured was the technology, the knowledge of how it works, what the system is, but the connectivity of the franchise is part of the beauty. I know when I first started, and y'all have been open for years, so this might not be as directly relevant, but one of the best advantages I had was being able to call franchisees and say, what is the input, what is the advice, what is the help? Being able to call corporate that at the time had done about 8,000 jobs and say, hey, I have something unique, have a client really trying to do something we haven't seen before. What is the input? What is the teaching we can have? One of my early jobs was I had a client that wanted to build a completely 100% off the grid green home. They had spent decades over in the military service in Germany and came back, wanted to have water reclamation and everything. And while I'd done 80% of it, some I hadn't. But I had a franchisee in Indianapolis and a franchisee in Florida that both done so and was able to pluck their brains and get all of that beautiful knowledge, find the ways to get the correct vendors in our area to give the client what they were looking for. Able to give them complete control of the project, the quality they wanted, what they were looking for, as well as the savings. And I know we had discussed earlier when we were sitting around chatting before we began, how there's always that quandary of what is it that what entices people to look into UBuildIt in the first place. The first and the easy one is always the savings. Our average client saves a little over 23% versus a traditional builder or remodeler. But it's really, at the end of the day, haven't you found that the control is as much or more of the structure, the knowledge of what's going in, the way we do the system is more important and is why the savings flows from. I won't talk the whole time, but I mean, what has been your experience in your wonderful market?
Absolutely. With our area, we have a lot of engineers. So they're really just really drawn to our system for
Yes.
that control aspect of the process.
They are, I think I told you in your very first week that engineers are my favorite clients. And I know traditionally most builders take the attitude of, oh, I hate engineers. They want to know everything. They want to control everything. I love you people. Whether you're an engineer or you're just a person that likes to know what you're doing, likes to have thoughts through, you want to research and know, we are the phenomenal option because we don't have skin in the game. We don't have rebates. We don't have kickbacks. We don't have builder markup. If you come in under budget, God bless you. That is your savings, not ours. The whole purpose of what we do is to teach people what the options are. It's not, oh, this is the only way to do it, it's how it's going to be. It's, well, you want to have a foundation. Well, here's a more traditional. Here is a little newer technology. Here's an old school. It's a matter of saying this is what is good and this is what is bad, looking at it from a cost analysis standpoint and letting the client weigh out and say, based on a cost benefit, this is the way I want to go. Then from there, our job is to go out and say, this is the person that gives us the highest quality for the best price. Usually we get competitive bids to structure through. It can vary depending on the element and how specific it is, but there is no other way to get the exact home that fits you best, that is the quality you're looking for the price you want to be at, than the system and structure we do. I tell people all the time, they say, well, how do you save 23%? How do you save 30%? On that remodel, why were you half everybody else? Part of it's the nature of our system. Part of it is how much cheaper our fee is. Part of it is the national vendors and the local vendors that you have relationships with, that you're getting pricing as if you were a monster tract home builder nationwide versus just a 5 to 10 home a year job. But a huge part of it is giving control to the client, letting them apply their wisdom, their desire, their taste to the job and to what they're going to do. Being able to make that decision, they make us look good. I mean,
Exactly.
how many times you had a client that's like, Joe, you were incredible. I could hang a poster on the wall that you saved $120,000. And you couldn't have without us. So we are able to take that credit. But it's so wonderful and amazing. Now, I know y'all have had a pretty good year. How many total projects did you sign in the last year, roughly?
28.
28, which it's a lot of, and it's a lot of very good jobs. Of our smaller markets, I think you're, if not the top, one of the top franchises we have. The beauty is with 94 franchises nationwide and 11 more getting ready to come on by the end of the year, we're going to surpass 16,000 total jobs nationwide. Next year, we will surpass 17,000. That number of homes puts us as, if we were a traditional builder, pulling the permits and doing all of those, I think we'd be in the top 30 builders nationwide, period. So that system, that structure, that support is incredible. But the real beauty is we don't do anything except custom. 100%.
100%.
I mean, now, and I know people get intimidated, oh, it's got to be custom. Oh, I'd love to do that. I'd love to have that say and control, but they're going to be out of my range. It's absolutely not true. And we have a job going that's a $2.3 million, 8,000 square foot home, yes. But I know we've got, well, what's the smallest home you've done in the last year?
We did one that was 1,390 square feet, and he did end up with about $46,000 in savings.
On a 1,370 foot house.
Yes, sir.
Holy cow. I mean, seriously, now, did he choose to do some work himself?
Yes, he did. And that's what I try to explain to people is that it's not just, while we are a great system and we have those connections, but it's also about tapping into your own. That's what our system is about, is pulling all of the connection and what is best for this home. So if he has friends or family in the industry, then he's able to tap into that. And then he, of course, did some of the work himself, which put a lot into his home.
And it is important to say that you have absolutely both extremes. If you are handy and you want, man, the thing that intrigued me and really drew me to UBuildIt is I want to be able to do that. I want to put in my own floors. I'm going to hang my own sheetrock. I'm going to paint, whatever. Great. bless you. Your dad's a plumber. That's awesome. Please do. Again, we are a consultant. We are not the builder. At the same time, you're sitting there going, you don't have to do anything. The core tools required is what? A phone, which your computer can be your phone nowadays.
Exactly.
And the ability to write a check. I mean, in all sincerity, if you can follow the manual, if you can follow the system, which I know our manual can look intimidating, the reality is there's only 4 pages you have to read. Everything else is flowchart, systems and structure and support to help you with. But if you can follow a basic flowchart, people get mad at me because I think I oversimplify, but I really don't believe I do. If you can buy a Betty Crocker cake mix and you can follow the steps and bake a cake, by the time we are done with our planning, we will have a flow chart to where if you can follow those steps, you are going to be able to do everything. Never pick up a hammer. You don't have to pick up any trash and still build the higher quality home, exactly what you want, the price you want to be at, and savings that is amazing. But more importantly, do you want a 1,350 square foot house? Great. Do you want a 1,350 square foot living room? Great. It is our job is to make sure you get the quality that 50 years from now you're still amazed and you know every element of what you did. Now I would be remiss if I didn't mention that we do have UBuildIt. We do remodels as well. Now, do you have a limit on how small a remodel you're willing to do?
We really don't have a limit, but usually we say that about a $10,000 remodel is where you start seeing the savings versus what you're paying us to help you manage the project.
Okay, so I do mention this because some franchisees don't like to do something as small as a kitchen and bath. But you are able to do those in this market. You're able to give people, that is substantial and wonderful. So whether you're looking at a remodel that is going to be a total rebuild, or whether you're looking at a remodel that's just going to be a small interior, we are able to guide through and help on all of those.
Yes, absolutely.
And some may be, the beauty of remodels we have these 3 subs. And the main contact is knowing you have a quality sub and knowing you have a quality product going in it. And some of them we have more than you do on a new home because they can be a whole lot more complicated. What are some of the funner challenges you've run into on that side?
Probably just being able to really find a vendor that isn't wanting to just look at a small remodel and put it aside. That's probably one of the biggest challenges that we have. But we remind those vendors and contractors, it's not just this job. We have 28 others, so then they tend to straighten up a little bit.
Well, that is the beauty, because people often ask us, well, why would I use UBuildIt? Do you know who the subs are? Do you know how to get the pricing that we're able to? I guarantee you 100% of the time, I've checked this out in 18 different states, I don't know how many times. If your choice, let's assume you're not even considering a GC. I'm gonna do it 100% myself, or I'm gonna do it with UBuildIt. Even with our fee included, I have never had a single time that the total price of the completed project wasn't cheaper with UBuildIt, lower cost, they said don't use the word cheaper, wasn't a lower total overall cost than it was to do it on their own. Just because of the emphasis we have with subcontractors, the influence we have to be supportive. True, we don't have control per se, but there's a whole lot of stick behind when you finish this job, you go into this UBuildIt job, and you go into this UBuildIt job, versus, hey, I'm doing one and that's all I'm ever gonna do. And the pricing and the savings we're able to supply from the materials as well as the labor and the structure, it's just amazing. I mean, the national vendors we have, from Behr Paint, even Sherwin-Williams on that side, across the board, the discounts we can get at the big box stores, from Home Depot on down the line, it's just a wonderful, fun relationship. So I know they're saying we're running out of time. I want to let you have the closeout, but I do want to say what an honor it is to get to be here. I hope if you have any interest, any time in the next few years, because take time. This is not a fast process. This is not buying a washer and dryer. This is something to learn and study. We are incredibly above board. Everything we do is letting you know this is a long relationship and a marriage. Look into UBuildIt. Visit UBuildIt.com. See what Jessica can do for you. See what your local UBuildIt office and national UBuildIt office has to provide and has to make available. Because the quality you get, the relationship you build, the detail we put into planning, which planning takes a long time because we make sure you know what you are doing. Oh, I could go on for hours going on this. I wish we had that much time. But I can't tell you what a blessing it is to work with all of our clients, to work with all of our franchisees, to be able to see the quality of product they have, to be able to see the blessing that they have in their life, to watch somebody go from having a net worth of $4,000 or $5,000 to waking up the next day in exactly the home they wanted at the price they can afford. Oh, and by the way, I'm worth $47,000 more than I was yesterday. It's just awesome. All right, enough gushing by me. This is yours. I thank you so much for letting me come.
Well, thank you, Bob. We are very honored and pleased to have you here with us today. If you are interested in learning more, as he said, please visit UBuildIt.com. We do offer free consultations here in the office or free site visit. So give us a call today or visit us online. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Jason with Agile Spray Foam. We are the premier spray foam contractor for UBuildIt. We do spray foam installation, closed cell and open cell. We would love to talk to you more about that product. Please give us a call at 405-397-0233. Ask for Chad or visit us online at agilefoam.com. Thank you.
Why you remodel it?
Just recently we decided we'd totally redo it. I'm very pleased with the results.
Tremendous job for us. I can't believe how great it looks.
UBuildIt.com. Well, that was it for this week's show. I hope you enjoyed it. To the Joneses, thank you very much. To Jessica and your team, thank you so much for including us and having us be part. I hope there was a ton of information here for y'all. As always, if you need more information or if you just have some simple questions, call anytime. The number's on your screen. Just to say, we have 1-800-UBuildIt, the toll-free number nationwide. And of course, visit UBuildIt.com. Hopefully the answers are there, but if not, we would love to visit. Remember, there's no stress, there's no pressure. We're just consultants. Our whole purpose is to try to serve and advise and guide. So guys, we hope we hear from you. We hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for your time. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.
Your home's in your hands, you build it. You build it's the place to go to build your home with people who know. Outstanding service, remodeling too. Your home's in your hands, you build it. Plumbers to roofers and cabinets too. We find the best people